Everybody doing Young Home Tech. Hope everybody is having a great day. It's a beautiful day, but that air is like chill to the bone. So today we were in Thomasville, and we were in, was it Clemens, Winston? I don't even remember. Two pretty big houses today. They were both over 3,000 square feet. Two good inspections, and no real significant issues. A lot of maintenance stuff. A lot has to do with age. Both of these properties were 1960s properties. So one was local. Actually, the client for the first one in Thomasville lives in Randleman, coincidentally. And then the other one lives in Indiana. So we FaceTimed on that one. But pretty good reports overall. So anyway, I've talked about this before in the past, and I just want to bring it up again. I'm not great friends, but I know I'm decent, okay friends. I know the lead investigator for the state electrical board, the lead investigator. I believe they do have investigators because there's people out here doing stuff they shouldn't be doing. So he was telling me a story, because we talk about inspections and stuff and contractors and all that good stuff. So he was telling me, because I'd asked him what he done for people that were caught, doing work that were not licensed. So kind of gave me this one guy, using him as an example. He can't give names and stuff, but so there was this guy. He was reported and doing electrical work, unlicensed. They have their different ways of finding these people out. I don't know. But anyway, so I investigated this guy, and they sent him a notice. They mailed him a notice, which comes from the state licensure board, telling him to cease and desist doing electrical work because he's not qualified. He's not a qualified contractor. And I give him information how to become a licensed contractor, which to do that you got to work under somebody and be signed off and all that. I've already been through that myself. But anyway, so he said the guy continued to do electrical work. They don't close the case until they're done, So this guy continued to do electrical work, and so the state had already sent him that cease and desist letter, which he ignored. So this time, the state attorney sent a notification to do an injunction against this person, and he had to pay the person doing this work, unlicensed, had to pay to have his own injunction filed. Pretty bad. So it's either that or I don't know, whatever, they reprimand you somehow. I don't know. I didn't go into details with that, but so he said the guy paid the whatever, they done the injunction against him, and the guy still was he's just arrogant, thought he was above everybody and everything. So what happened was they called him again, and he stood in front of a judge, and they sentenced him for jail time because it is a misdemeanor, class 1, class 2, some type of class misdemeanor, which you can do jail time and pay a fine. So the judge sentenced him to a weekend in jail just because he was so hard-headed and bullheaded and didn't want to become a licensed individual, because there's a lot to it. it's not that easy to become a licensed electrician. You've got to study, you've got to take classes, you got to know your calculations. There's a lot to it. The math was my biggest struggle, is math calculations. There's a lot to it, and that's why I just don't fool with it no more. I didn't renew anything. I'm dormant. I'm done. Just another thing to have to worry about. I'm just going to focus on the home inspection part. But there's a lot of people out here that don't understand how that works. Even if say when I was doing my contracting work, even if I quoted somebody something and it had to do with electrical work, and say I wanted to add a fee or add a price to have to do that electrical work, and another contractor comes in, another licensed contractor comes in and does that work, I cannot have that electrical work on my invoice whatsoever. I have to refer that licensed individual to do that electrical work. You cannot exchange monies to do with electrical work. You are committing a crime as far as they see. I know it sounds crazy, but it's true. So in that case, before I sat for my exam, what I done was I would always tell the client, okay, we're going to do this, this, and this, but for this, I've got a guy, he's a licensed electrician, he's going to do this, he's going to price it all differently because I'm not allowed to do this, this, and this. So, there's a lot of ways of going about it. You do have to work under somebody to get your hours and your experience and stuff. There's different levels of it. And plus you got to have somebody sign off. My pastor signed off for me. You got to have somebody sign off for you as far as like, I forgot what they call it. Dang, it's been so long. But there's a place on there for somebody to sign, like, as far as like the type of person you are, and person of good faith, and not like religious, but you're not out screwing people, and you're just I forgot what they call it. But anyway, you got to have somebody sign off for you, and then you got to have somebody sign off for even allow you to even sit for the exam. So there's a lot for that to do as well. And same thing goes with plumbing. All the same stuff. I mean, it's a lot to deal with. And I mentioned to some of my contractor friends that were doing electrical work unlicensed, and I'm telling them, no matter what you do, I don't care if you're hooking up a dishwasher, you're not qualified to do that. I know it sounds stupid. I know it's not me. I'm just kind of looking out for you. Putting in a light fixture, anything like that, anything to do with wiring, hard wiring. If you're not qualified, you're not licensed, you can get in trouble. You can get a lot of trouble for it. But a lot of people don't understand it. A lot of people are bullheaded and think they're above the law, and they don't have to follow rules. If that were the case, you'd have everybody out here doing their own electrical and all that good stuff. Now, if you live in a dwelling, you can do your own electrical, but and like I've told people before, you can work under somebody's license, but it's hard to do that unless you work for. I just done a video on this a couple weeks ago. If you work for, say, if you work for me, and you can be an unlicensed individual, but you're working under my license. So if somebody says anything, you're working under my license. But if that person just went in and done some work randomly on say they were trying to do a side job or whatever, no, that's not going to cut it, because you're not doing it under the name of the electrician. You're doing it on your side job, on your time, as an unlicensed qualified individual. It's crazy, but that's just the way things work. But anyway, I got 2 inspections of the tab out here, and I'm going to get back in here and get that done. And hopefully the weather is going to be nicer this week, and hopefully it's going to warm up. Who knows? Hopefully inventory will pick up. It's looking kind of grim right now. Been looking at some of my memories from last year. We still had low inventory. I think it was 1,200 last year, which I was steady busy, staying pretty busy on inspections. So anyway, guys, I'm gonna get in here. If you need a home inspection, 336-99-8185, HomeTechandSee.com, 336-99, HomeTechandSee.com. Just reach out to us. You can schedule online. If that time slot is not available, like I said, just reach out to us and we'll see if we can work something in there. So anyway, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. Dean Young Home Tech.